In today's video, we are going to talk about one of the probably most famous communities in the space of quantum and quantum technology, which is the quantum security defense community. If you are interested in learning more about what this community is about, if you should join and who are the people behind this community, then stay tuned for today's video as we are diving deeper into the quantum security defense community. And as always, before we start with today's video, a quick announcement. Today, here where I'm recording this video, it's more than 30 degrees outside. So make sure to get yourself something to drink so you stay hydrated throughout today's episode. And with that, let's get started. So here we are on the website and it says building a community of quantum capability. And I have to say, maybe that also as a quick disclaimer, when I got first aware of the community, I was immediately very interested. I wanted to learn more, and I even got to know the two founders, which we are going to see later on, as per usual, when we go through the About tab and learn about the people behind the company. So I might also be a bit biased because it was great conversations. It's great people that are behind this specific community, and I'm very, very happy that today I can finally create this video and talk a little bit about the great work that they are doing. And now back to the text. So as a member, you benefit from specialist training, in-demand certifications, expert lectures, private briefings, exclusive events, practical tools, and a trusted international network of peers working together to make a quantum safe future unstoppable. And then you see here there are different tiers for individuals, for teams, for industry. And I can really say that is probably let's say a very valuable program that you have here. By the way, this is not a paid advertisement. It's just me talking about companies. Even though I might sound a bit over enthusiastic or very positive, that's really because I had great conversations with the people, and I don't want to advertise anything here. It's of course up to you to decide whether you want to become a member or not, and if you think it makes sense and it's worth it or not. Quickly through the expert members here, so you see a couple of names listed down here. I don't want to go through all of these now. Here is, let's say, what the community looks like in numbers. So more than 1,200 people, members are in this network from 40 different countries, 600 active organizations, and 100 plus hours of practitioner content. And that content is something that I want to quickly talk about because that is super interesting. So when I started talking with the people behind this activity here, they told me that they had this weekly, I think it was weekly, maybe bi-weekly, expert seminars where they would invite people from the quantum research community to come and basically talk in the QSec Dev about what their work is about, what they're doing in the world of quantum. And it was basically a very open space, and I think it still is, where things could be discussed. You could also ask questions, I think, after the panels. And that, of course, over the course of time creates this huge library of content that is now available within this community, and that is, of course, part of the value chain. Besides that, I mean, sure, with 1,200 plus members, you also can get in touch with a lot of people that are maybe like-minded or that could kind of fit to what you're looking for, learn from these people and also exchange with them, right? So helping you as a member, what do we have here? Effective representation. So, and that's also something to really say. The CEO, and again, we will talk about that later, Anna is really active in the field. So she's going to different conferences, talking to a lot of people, to CEOs from the different companies. So she's really, let's say, representing the whole network, but also making sure that throughout this context, I think she can gather relevant information that is really important also, and she's playing that back into the community. So she really wants to create this space as something that is super dynamic. Executive education and training. I mean, you know, here with the School of Quantum, we are also active in the space of education. And of course, there's also this education offering available here, which likely is equally interesting to what we are doing here. And of course, I'm happy about every hour and every minute of educational content that is being displayed somewhere and that is getting people's attraction into the world of quantum technology. Expert advisory, so you can of course also talk with the team behind, right? So they are accessible also to their members. International collaboration, I think that goes without saying, with all the people from the different countries. Tools for quantum risk. And maybe we can talk a little bit more about what this actually is and what these tools are actually in a little bit later session of today's video. And then there's the supply chain partnership. And yeah, that goes kind of is self-explanatory. So then here we see a couple of about these expert lectures, right? That comes from these probably from these former, let's say, weekly sessions. Then here access to tools to assist you with your quantum safe transition, and these are the tools that we talked about, right? So there's the QT protocol quantum vulnerability scanner, the SATCOM C2 cryptographic readiness assessor, the quantum cryptography exposure report, right? And there's all of these different tools that you can basically use to assess where is your organization in terms of quantum readiness, where are potential risks, and then also how to actually make sure that you are, let's say, mitigating those and making your organization long-term safe from these risks. Then we see here certified courses available to members. That is something that we've seen before. And of course, there's also some social credit here, so what our members say, and there we see different members here, co-founder and CEO of Lumiere Quantum, so not just some random people from the street, right? These are all experts in the field and they are talking about this. So here you see Anna, the CEO of Quantum Security Defense, speaking at the premiere edition of Harvard Forum in Lodz, Poland, and many, many more things mentioned here. Super Q, proud of our ongoing partnership with Quantum Security Defense, and so on and so forth. Then there are latest insights. So that's kind of like the news feed, right? Then what changes when you join. So as AI and quantum security challenges grow, QSEC Dev gives you the network certs, training, and private briefings to help you make informed decisions, strengthen your response, and move forward with confidence alongside a trusted international community. And then, of course, there's the legal stuff down here. Now, let's quickly check out the Get Started page. So you see you have these different tiers here, right? Individuals, companies, industries. I think let's quickly check out the companies part. Let's start with the quantum on-ramp. So your on-ramp to quantum safe adoption. Whether you are an individual practitioner or an entire organization, QSEC Dev connects you to people, knowledge, standards, and processes you need to make quantum work safely, defensively, and at the pace your stakeholders demand. Then, okay, join as a individual, join as team. Here's again some banner with all the companies in there. So the problem we exist to solve. So the shift of quantum secure infrastructure is no longer a research conversation. Post-quantum cryptography, migration, QKD developments, quantum sensing programs, and the supply chain supporting them are being produced, certified, and standardized right now. So this is targeting, let's say, the whole quantum technology stack, right? So you see that there's a conversation about the cryptography, so that goes into the communication space, QKD, so quantum key distribution, which is also something that is relevant in the space of quantum communication. We've talked about that in previous videos. If you haven't seen those, go check out the Hidden Quantum Champions playlist on our YouTube channel. There's quantum sensing, which is basically about using quantum technology, using single quantum systems to sense specific things. So building hyper sensitive and also sensors that don't need any calibration or that don't need to be recalibrated because they are relying on the fundamental core physics. So that is a couple of these, let's say, value propositions that quantum sensors have. And then, of course, there's the whole supply chain that is also mentioned over here. Very few professionals have a complete view across the technology, the vendors, the standards, the export controls, and the delivery realities at once. The visibility lives across hundreds of specialists in dozens of countries. QSEC Dev is the network that brings them together and brings the experience to you. And I mean, this is also probably a good target audience for everyone who's watching these videos here, right, you might want to get an overview about the quantum supply chain, about who are the companies that are contributing, what they are doing, what is actually their business model, the technology that they are using. This is what this Hidden Quantum Champions is about, and that's also something that you can learn about and interact with people from this QSec Dev space. Then again here the global footprint, a couple of words about that, and then the depth available inside the community. So you have innovation and capability landscape, supply chain, standards translation, export controls and regulation, technical capability, project delivery, governance, and so on and so forth. And there's different steps of how to engage with this, with the content and with the people who's already inside. So you see a couple of mentions about the type of audience that they're catering to, and then here you see the different memberships available as well. Now I don't want to go through all of this because it will make the video way too long, but if anything of what I've just said, of what I've just read to you from this website sounds interesting to you, I encourage you to go check it out. I mean, there's a lot of information available here about what this whole community is about, what the membership is about, what you gain in terms of networking effects, in terms of accessibility, and so on and so forth, content, certifications, and so on. So you see it's very rich in all of these resources. As per usual, let's also quickly talk about the team. So join the Global Quantum Safe Memberships organization. So QSec Dev connects government, industry, and academia to navigate the quantum transition. We represent more than 1,200 professional members working in over 600 organizations across 4 continents, providing the decision layer that build members' capability and knowledge in deep tech cybersecurity. And here is the mission that they have. So our mission is simple: to enable individuals, enterprises, governments, and industries to adopt quantum technology safely. Our scope is international, and we are funded by our members. We believe that everyone can learn how to use the quantum technologies that will revolutionize society. We are an open and welcoming community for more than 1,200 international members, representing over 600 companies across 40 countries, all working together to make quantum technology safe, trusted, and unstoppable. Our work spans quantum cybersecurity, quantum secure communications, and integrated quantum computing. We support professionals, teams, governments, and policymakers in developing the knowledge, capabilities, and standards needed to thrive in the quantum era. And then here again the different let's say levels or aspects. Now a quick couple of words on the leadership. So I mean, here you see the full team, and this has grown quite a lot, because when I started to talk to the team at the very beginning, it was basically Anna, who is the CEO. Also nice to see a female CEO in one of these quantum activities, finally. And then there was Steve. And the two of them, I mean, they are a great team. They basically managed to set up this whole organization in the meantime, this great community, very nice and open people. And also great people to talk to, very knowledgeable about the quantum space, taking care of this community. And I mean, yeah, you see in the meantime, there's a lot of new members that have been added to the team from various different countries, from various different backgrounds. So you see you have European, American, you see Philippines here, United Kingdom, so various different, New York, so US, you see various different backgrounds here, and also various different roles that these people are taking. But this has expanded quite a bit. And then, okay, governance, so legal status is UK limited company, and so on and so forth. So the company is then based in the UK. And yeah, there's some legal notice and so on down here. So that is about everything. I just wanted to give you a quick, let's say, overview, and of course a shout out to the QSec Dev. Go check it out if you're interested, if you want to become part of a community. That is one of the interesting ones. There are also other ones, and I will talk about those in the future. And since you watched all the way to the end, I also need to say, if you are interested in learning more about this quantum economy space, about the business ideas, the different business models that companies are driving, if you are going to invest either because you are an investor or because you're sitting in a department that is doing acquisitions professionally and you're looking to make a step into the world of quantum technology, or if you're just a founder and you want to know what the competitive landscape is, then we actually might have the right thing for you, because we are launching a course and you can find more information about that down in the video description. With that, I thank you for watching all the way to the end, and I'm looking forward to see you in the next one. Until then, bye bye.